gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans and haters of all ages, welcome to a special one-day only episode of Wrestling Reality Rundown, where we're feeling a little road rage here. So I got tickets to a show, call up management and say, hey, I'm going to hit the road, I got a spare ticket. Who should I bring? Management said, hey, we got somebody for you. It's going to be a surprise, though. Here's where you go pick them up at. I don't much like management when they say it's a surprise. So I'm not actually sure who I'm coming to pick up right now. A little bit of a shady apartment complex. There's like a dish you could bury a body in. Let's see. Yep, this is the place. So now, to wait for my special co-host to arrive? Ugh. Yep. Still waiting. Management picked a real winner here. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck's sake. You'll never believe who the special guest host is, ladies and gentlemen.
Just gonna do me today.
It's fucking Dirty Joe Jersey.
Where? Who are you talking about over here like that? Saying fucking over here. You gotta use proper language when you're talking on the YouTubes.
Why does management hate me so much?
I don't know what to say other than bibbidi bobbidi boobidi bobbidi.
Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so
we're on the road.
I would assume they could establish that much.
Well, you know, on the YouTubes, they don't know things all the times.
That's right. That's okay. Just be clear. All right. Ichiban can afford a green screen that could probably make it look like he's driving. We
Yes.
can't. That's the actual road behind us.
Yeah. Or as cool kids like to say nowadays, they go, yeet.
I thought that's when they like do something stupid and they.
No, I think they
die.
yeet like when them little kids are playing the Fortnites and the Boom Booms and the Pow Pows, they can throw the kids and they go, yeet.
You know all about that.
I may on occasion play the little Fortnite with the little kids and they squeak in the ear and it's annoying, but sometimes funny story about the Fortnites. Started playing Fortnite the other night. Some lady named Savage Granny popped on. Let me tell you something, Granny's a savage. She gets kills, and she's an old lady. Like a 50-year-old granny playing Fortnite.
Are you sure that's not just her name?
Yeah, no, that's old. I can tell. I listened. She's
Okay.
got the voice of an old lady. Probably a smoker's cough.
Have you found Noob Master yet?
No. Still looking for New Master 69.
That's highly disappointing.
I'm pretty sure it's Loki.
So, Jersey Joe, Dirty Jersey, what are your thoughts on the Lana and Lashley wedding?
It's stupid. It's a stupido idea that should have ended at the beginning. Lana, Lashley, Liv Morgan, Rusev. Apparently there's a leaked little WrestleMania 35, 36. What WrestleMania we at?
Oh, but that's definitely shit.
It's probably a fake.
There ain't no way that story's lasting till Mania. Same with AJ and Randy.
Yeah.
Those ain't lasting.
Nah, we're hitting the big four right now with the Royal Rumble to set up the WrestleMania picture. However, I'm ready for this whole thing to be done. However, I do like how fans are now back to chanting Rusev Day.
Yes. It's really great. However, I do appreciate the fan with the Lana loves BBC sign.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who doesn't love BBC Network?
Who doesn't like the British Broadcasting Channel?
Exactly.
Who likes Doctor Who and Sherlock and walk on the wild side with the animals, saying the funny things. It's fantastic.
I mean, who doesn't love that? I appreciate your sign, random fan.
Yeah.
In the end, as much as we hate the story, and, you know, you'll see this on a future What the Hell, at least the people are getting airtime. It sucks that this is what it took to get them airtime, but at least they're getting airtime.
However, at the same time, not only are people getting airtime, it's ratings. If you look at it, the YouTube clips, everything, it's what Vince McMahon wants.
Which we're really touching on to What the Hell that'll air soon. Is, you know, Vince is happy with the YouTube clicks. Vince is happy that people are watching this stuff. But is he going to appreciate the right people? Are people watching this because of Lashley and Lana? Are people watching it to see what Rusev's going to do? Did people hear that this was Liv's big return, so they clicked on it then to see her?
I think at the end of the day, views are views. Because
views are views, but who is Vince going to thank for the views? That's what it boils down to.
You know who Vince McMahon's going to thank for the views?
Who?
Vince McMahon.
No.
Yes.
He's going to take you back. We're going to travel back in time. Travel far back in time.
We're going back in the time machine.
Remember Survivor Series when it was The Miz and R-Truth versus John Cena and The Rock? Remember how that pay-per-view just did shit? And the fact that you're having trouble remembering this.
No, I remember. It's when The Miz and R-Truth just beat everybody up.
Awesome Truth. And this is what it came down to. But that match was so poorly reviewed. The pay-per-view did so poorly. Who did Vince blame? Miz and R-Truth. Because surely John Cena and The Rock couldn't have been to blame.
Well, if you look at it, if we go back to the same WrestleMania that The Miz headlined, it was one of the worst WrestleManias it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
But was that because of The Miz?
It's The Miz.
I think a lot of people were happy when The Miz beat John Cena.
If you look at
when Miz became the first person to pin John Cena in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania.
When you look at the things, well, fans also got, you know, fans are fickle, whatever, fans are fans. But when you look at the things of how bad wrestling was back then a little bit, how we had the Summer of Punk, then all of a sudden they just shit on CM Punk, and then we have this whole storyline because we want to shove The Rock back down our throats. Which, boy, if I said that wrong, would have read right on the bloopers. You ruined a golden goose opportunity with CM Punk, because a lot back then it's similar things to Daniel Bryan. When Daniel Bryan got eliminated out of the Royal Rumble, the fans just went crazy and just kept chanting for Daniel Bryan. That's what they wanted.
When Daniel Bryan didn't even appear in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Fans went nuts.
Fans were unhappy because at the end of the day, they're going to be the ones buying the things. But also, when you have your golden goose opportunities, you had your CM Punks. CM Punk wasn't even... What did CM Punk do with that Survivor Series?
Which Survivor Series?
The one with the Awesome Truth. Was he even on the card? Probably not.
I don't even remember what year it was, so...
But anyways, going back to the Lana and Lashley thing, it's views. When we look, and this drives me nuts with fans. They're all like, oh, AEW, you so good. You can't even get the YouTube clips that WWE does. And NXT beats you. And I'm also going to touch on a storyline that I watched the whole clip.
The ratings go away.
Yeah, but it's not the... But again, it's not just the ratings nowadays.
It's a click.
Everybody goes to this whole little Nielsen ratings. Let's see who's watching it on the TVs. But also, WWE isn't just a TV network anymore. They got the TV on lock. Then you go online, you click on your little YouTubes, and you get this whole thing with NXT. You get your top 10. You go to your little YouTubes, you get your top 10. You watch everything that really happened. Does AEW have a top 10? No. But also, getting back to something that AEW did do, I think they do it poorly right now, is they do need some writers. The reason I say this is, we looked at the John Moxley joining the Inner Circle. We
Looks like he just watched What the Hell.
We watched this whole thing with John Moxley talking about how, oh, I'm going to join the Inner Circle. I got my car keys. And then if you watch it, there's so much awkward silence when they're trying to come up in their head what they want to say. They don't have a plan. It's bullet points, sure, but they don't have a cohesive script, which you don't always need. You do need the bullet points. You got your time. But you could see that it didn't flow the way it should have flowed through the whole segment. It took way too long for John Moxley to go, oh yeah, this is dumb. Paradigm shift.
He's not wrong. In fact, if you watch What the Hell AEW The Bunny, I mentioned they really need story writers and they need help focusing on more stories. Because there's a lot going on that just doesn't make sense. And not every story, not all the... I'm going blank on not all the divisions.
That's AEW's writing.
Not all the divisions get focus.
And also we look at, what is it? They got 3 different Join My Group storylines going right now.
Inner Circle wanted John Moxley, but that was
that was a whole little draw. Let's rip off
Dark
Austin.
Order is join us. What's the third?
I don't know. I don't watch AEW.
Well, that's a shame. I mean, it's good.
I watch clips. That's it. I just go on the YouTubes and I look up AEW and I get my reading.
But don't take that to heart. He doesn't watch anything. He watches the clips.
I watch something. Anyways, also, I feel like AEW is not WCW 2.0. It's Impact 2.0.
Ooh. Technically, doesn't that make that WCW 3.0?
A little bit. I feel like AEW, while they're trying real hard to do something new, revolutionary, they need some cohesive storylines to keep it going. Otherwise, it's going to falter. You can only do so many super kicks and flybys and all these suicide dives before people go...
Like that!
Oh my god! Oh my god! What happened? I don't know how you did the thing.
The phone channeled a spot monkey.
The phone channeled a spot monkey. So here we are. I'm holding it for a second. I don't know how he does the things.
Just got it. I have to cut you off there. Is where you say that they're like Impact with the whole no cohesive writing and whatnot. Impact's been doing a phenomenal job with the writing
lately.
And that's why for going into 2020, Impact's focusing on every title, every division, and all the side stories.
It's because
they're doing great for that.
It's because WWE and AEW took all the bums out. All the big names have split. Ring of Honor has shit on themselves and don't know what they're doing. But because you now have this funnel system where Impact kind of likes working with WWE a little bit, they kind of trade off talent a little bit. Like, hey, you want to do the thing?
RVD did get to appear at Raw Reunion and then wrestled Impact the next night.
And look at Rhino. Rhino was masked. He showed up. He was still within his 90-day no-compete clause. But they're like, you know what? You did us a solid with the RVD thing. We'll do you a solid with the Rhino thing. Just don't show his face. We're good. They have a working relationship now.
Who could that big monster be that did a gore? I have no idea.
No idea who could be. But
in hindsight, as far as the men go, yeah, RVD is probably their biggest name, and he's not concerned with being a big push right now. He's concerned with money and his woman getting airtime.
Which is so weird. RVD looks like his face is melting off his face. It's just... It looks like he's like... I don't know. He needs like some surgery, and I hate to say it, but he needs to get the eyes fixed. Like, he looks like he's hitting the bong a little too hard.
He got droopy eye.
He got droopy eye. He kind of looked like Jerry Lynn when Jerry Lynn was an alcoholic.
No disrespect to RVD. If somehow, some way you come across this, no disrespect. We care about you. We want you looking good.
Because you're the whole effing show, no matter what.
So, back to, it's all about the clicks.
It's all about the clicks and on the YouTubes.
So, what are your current thoughts on The Fiend?
He's a spooky dude. I think that The Fiend, they're ruining him a little bit with the red lights all the time. Like, I understand it's a little spectacle. The red light thing's got to go. They did that with Kane. Like, that was Kane's thing like 25 years ago. They need to move on from this. He's not you don't need these blinding red lights where you see none of the action on TV. It doesn't transition well. Whereas you've got, when you're on your things there in live, it might work well. I don't know. But as far as TV goes, you're staring at a red screen. It hurts your eyes.
I mean, from one clip someone showed, it doesn't help the live crowd much either.
So it ain't worth it. Just cut the red lights. I understand you're trying to do something special with Bray Wyatt, but you don't need to reinvent the wheel on spooky characters.
And you know what? When you're doing it for an attack, that's fine. But when it comes to the full-on match, leave it normal.
Yeah, do like what they did with the Brood. Just have the music hit, the lights go weird, and then all of a sudden somebody's covered in blood.
The lights go weird in blood.
Honestly, I think that'd be awesome for the Fiend to do. Have somebody get in the middle of the ring, have them talk, and all of a sudden lights go out, they're covered in blood, and the mandible claw is applied. It would be ridiculous.
Not gonna argue on that one. That would actually be pretty good to see. What are some other big stories? Who do you feel right now is the favorite to win the Royal Rumble? Men's.
We don't even know who everybody's gonna be in there.
Don't going off of that one. Just off of any superstar. Who do you feel has the best chance right now winning the Royal Rumble?
I'm going to say my sleeper is going to be CM Punk if he jumps in. But also, if CM Punk don't jump in, here's what I want to see happen in the Royal Rumble. Two things. I want to see Drew McIntyre win the whole thing. If Drew McIntyre don't win the whole thing, I want to see Dio Madden throw Lesnar over the top rope. I want to see it happen. He put the Punk stood up in front of him. He's like, you know what, Lesnar? You ain't going to push nobody around. You're not going to talk crap about no Jerry Lawler. I'm here to take an F5 through the table.
And it's facts. I just saw Dio Madden at an NXT event right before he called up to do commentary. And then just see him not get used and just get beat down like that. That kind of sucks because I became a fan of him watching that one match.
Well, it's like we went to NXT, we saw No Way Jose, we got his autograph and everything. What's he doing? He's a jobber.
No way, Jose.
No way, Jose, you a jobber now. But also, for the women's, we're going to cut over to the women's. I think that Charlotte is going to win it. I don't want her to. I'd rather have some like Toni Storm, somebody young and up and coming.
On that card that you were talking about, that's the one match I believe. Becky Lynch versus Shayna.
Yeah.
Shayna or Ronda.
You know what?
That's my pick for it. One of those two.
You're right. That might actually happen.
Charlotte don't need the Royal Rumble win right now. I don't want to on Raw they talked about her and they're like, will Charlotte finally win the Rumble match? I'm like, there's only been two. There's been two women's Rumbles.
She don't need all these rubs. She's got Andrade to give her all these rubs.
She can become number one contender some other way. It's them. Still find a way to give it to Charlotte, but I think it's either going to be Shayna or it's going to be returning Ronda. I don't normally like someone returning and getting a Rumble win like that, but I like it because it sets up a long-term story with how Becky beat Ronda last year at WrestleMania. So now here Ronda comes back. Nah, I want my belt back.
Yeah.
I like it.
But she wants to go big babies.
Yeah, but I guess that's not working out because I heard she's been training to get back.
Well, you know what happened? Look at what happened to Awesome Kong. She had that whole big run in WWE, and all of a sudden, I'm pregnant! And then she went. And now she's on Glow. Now she's in AEW.
She's Brandy's monster in AEW.
AEW.
But, so let's go with that one. So let me ask, your sleeper, CM Punk, he wins the Royal Rumble. Who does he challenge? Who does CM Punk go after out of the current champions right now? Bray Wyatt or Brock Lesnar? Who does CM Punk go after?
I feel like he should go after Brock Lesnar again. I feel like it should be a comeuppance. He should beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and Punk can finally have his WrestleMania moment, and then ride off in the sunset, retire the next night. Do what you wanted to do back in the day. Don't ruin it. Do your one night thing. Retire with the title. Be like, I am the best in the world at what I do. I am the champion, and I am retiring on top because that's where I belong. And I'd be okay with that. As a fan, I think after that, it should be a tournament for the title. Don't let Brock Lesnar go, here I am, I'm the champion again. Keep it off him for a little while. Put him in the tournament. I'm okay with him being in the tournament with it.
That's too much work for Brock.
You know, because you don't have these tournaments, you have this go for, when's the next big four after WrestleMania? SummerSlam?
SummerSlam.
God, that's too long.
Yeah, you're not going to go till, well, technically it's kind of a big five. Well, they're all I guess Money in the Bank's kind of a big one now.
All right.
And that's fairly close to WrestleMania.
So you do it, you know what you do? Here's how you handle it. You do a big tournament, big men's tournament for the title. So then, what you do is you do what the original concept for the Money in the Bank match was. Not only was it a contract, but you also got yourself some money. So, there was money involved.
No, there wasn't.
Yes,
No, there wasn't. It was a title match.
why was it called Money in the Bank then?
Because that gave you the money. The Money in the Bank was
I
getting a
gave
title
you the
shot.
money.
There was no money.
There was money involved in the very first one.
I'm going to have it right here now. Once I research this about WrestleMania 21 and the first Money in the Bank, it was a title shot. There was no money involved.
Pretty sure there's also money involved.
The first tag team ladder match had like $10,000, $100,000 hanging above the ring. But not Money in the Bank.
That's a dumb idea calling it Money in the Bank. But anyways, they should at least, I mean, at that point, have a tag, like a ladder match with like several finalists. Winner gets the title. And then whoever, you know, oh, here we go. We can take an idea from Impact. First person gets the title gets the championship. There's two things on the ladder though. Champion gets their belt. They go, yeah, I'm champion. No, that, and then we have another match later tonight with all the losers from the tournament. They fight for the contract for the first #1 contender. So this way, you have a whole new mix of rivalries, everything else like that, and then you set up a rivalry between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, and you finally get the two dudes fight and get out of the way.
How is that taking an idea from Impact?
I don't know. I was gonna say have the second person get the contract. But
Okay.
yeah, that would be the idea for Impact.
Okay. All right, Dirty Joe.
Also, we're running out of time over here. You got like 31 minutes, and it says 23.
Yep, we're running out of time and we're running out of daylight.
Yeah.
So, with that said, this is a special one night only event of Wrestling Road Rage, featured here on Wrestling Reality Rundown Network. I'm the SKF Effect. This is Dirty Joe Jersey. And we'll see you next time.
And don't forget to do the likes, the shares, subscribes, the shares on YouTube. Click on the YouTubes, look at all the videos of Steven playing with himself.
It's all about the clicks. It's all about the YouTube's clicks. And be sure to feature What the Hell, the WWE 2K20 Universe Mode, other reality rundown episodes, some classic network championship moments, like Joe Jersey losing a basketball game.
Yeah, hey, no fair, the other dude is black. Just saying.
And on that note, later days, people.
Lucha style. I suppose you want the second face, don't you?
It depends. Which face do you want to do? Do you want to do Dirty Jersey or do you want to do Lucha Loco?
Watch out, they're putting in reverse because people don't know how to drive. That's right, you know, Jersey's got to be a passenger, you know, drive a little bit because somebody's being a stupid head and they don't know how to drive. Hoya! Anyways, Lana and Lashley, I don't know who that is calling me on my phone. It's a bill collector. They need to leave Luke, you know, need to leave Jersey Joe's alone over here.
Jersey Joe's got some money owed. They had him down.
No, Jersey Joe's got to owe some money because Lucha Loco hasn't paid me in ages. Looking at you, Loco, you owe me the money.
Ah, that asshole.
Yeah, he's weird.
But, you know what? So, yeah.
2015?
Can't tell you. Was that year he fought? Wait. Wait, could that have been the year the Shield debuted? Was that CM Punk versus Ryback?
Possibly. I don't remember. Because the big guy just says, feed me more.
It's possible that that was that.
Maybe. I don't remember. That was a really bad pay-per-view.
By the time you're watching this, I'll have some image right here of whatever CM Punk was doing and whatever the pay-per-view was.
In a little
All of that's
bubble.
going to be right here, possibly right in between us. Just to fill in the blanks. Because there's been a lot of shit going on. We don't always remember everything.
Yeah. What he said. Just,
No,
I don't know. You just stay
put
over
it
here.
in.
Here
There
we go.
you
I put it in.
He-
It's been a while.
he got
Pardon
it.
me. I got it. You got a really bad tripod setup over
Yeah, I
here.
know. I need a new
And now it's turning on me a
tripod.
little bit. Here we
I
go.
don't
I
have
think
a
we're
magnet
good.
for
I'm
it.
kind of out of the way. Here we go. I'm going to set
It's all
you
the
up fine.
better.
Wrestling Road Rage bloopers. Anyways.
Fuck that. That's just going in there.
Alright, here we go. That's how we do the
perfect.
thing.
That was perfect with the whole spot monkey flying.
Yeah.
But
so
you know what?